Welcome back to Crimson Drive, driven by NASCAR. We're back at the LLH Healthcare Advantage Center at our podcast studio. Roger Hoover joined for the second time this season by Carly Weathers of the Alabama women's basketball team. As Carly, we are now in the final 2 weeks of the season. How's everything going as you get set for a very busy stretch for Alabama women's basketball?
Yeah, it's going pretty good. This is the fun time of the year because everybody's kind of competing for, seeding in the SEC tournament, trying to make a run for the NCAA tournament. And so everybody's tired right now, but everybody's beating everybody. So it's just a really exciting time.
And we're talking as you get ready for Alabama against South Carolina on this Thursday night. It's the second time you've taken on the Gamecocks this season. What do you kind of enjoy about a rematch type scenario like we have tonight?
Yeah, I think that you get to go back and watch film and see maybe the things that you didn't do as well, but also the things that you did do well and were successful in the last rematch. I think it gives you an opportunity to do some things different that you might not have done in the game before, but it also allows you to just see where you competed well with them and build from those moments. So it's a high energy game because there's a lot of pride coming into this game. They're trying to go 2-0 against us, and we're trying to even it up, and so it just gives us a great opportunity.
You mentioned watching film. How much of an advantage do you gain watching film? How good is this coaching staff kind of leading you through what you need to see on tape?
Yeah, I would say that in the past few weeks, we've watched quite a bit more film just because, things haven't been as great for us here lately. But our coaches continue to just pour into us and try to grow us in the film setting. Film doesn't lie. And so when we're in there and they're teaching, you have to accept it because it's right there in front of your face. They do a really good job of kind of balancing, like I said, what we did well versus what we didn't do well. And so I think that they do a really great job in the film setting because it just allows us to grow our game maybe more mentally than it does physically, but it just allows us to see the truth. And they just do a great job with that.
You have that great film room at Foster Auditorium for Alabama women's basketball, all of you together as a team. How much work are you doing on your own, like individual watching film on the iPad and stuff like that? How much advantage does that give you?
It gives me a great advantage, especially based on who I'm guarding. I really try to watch that. I'm just a basketball person though, so I watch basketball all the time. And especially like when we play teams, I'll be watching them 2-3 weeks in advance. And so film is just a great tool because it just allows you to sit down and most of the time just a very quiet environment and just kind of examine the game of basketball. I think that it allows you to see things that you wouldn't be able to see maybe live action. And so I think that it's a great resource to prepare you for games.
You mentioned watching film on some of the players you're going to be guarding. Had a great block the other day against Chavez of Oklahoma. Do you enjoy a steal or a block more?
That's a great question. I think the block would be based on who it was against. But I think that I enjoy a steal more because I think that it leads to really good momentum for my team. So I would probably say steal.
Yeah, and with those steals, Alabama's offense gets rolling so quickly off of forcing those turnovers. That's got to be a great confidence for you. No matter if you're getting the steal, one of your teammates, you have a pretty good feeling you're going to at least get 2 points out of it by the end of it.
Yeah, we're just a team that plays really good in transition. And so when we can get people running out in the passing lanes and we're more on like a 3-on-2 advantage or a 2-on-1 advantage, it just puts us in a better opportunity to go score the ball. I say all the time with our team that defense needs to create our offense, and when you do that, it creates chaos on their end, and they're not able to match up with the people that they want to match up with, and so we need to really continue to buy into that. I think that we're doing a really good job of that here lately. Like we're kind of flying around and just covering the girl next to us, and I think that as we go throughout the rest of the season, that's something that we'll continue to build on.
We look forward to seeing that. Alabama, as you mentioned, a couple of losses here and there over the last few weeks. People have talked about your leadership for this team. Just what are some of those conversations like with your teammates trying to keep everybody positive, knowing so much basketball is still in front of us?
Yeah, I've just experienced so many seasons in the SEC that it only seems like, oh, it's only 4 games left, but there's 4 games left. Like there are a lot of teams that have to still play each other that we don't really know what the landscape of the tournament is going to look like, the SEC tournament. And so I just try to continue to pour into our team, making them feel like we can beat anybody that we play against. I say all the time, like they wake up the same way that we do. They tie their shoes the exact same way that we do. And we just have to buy into the fact that, if we go out there and we put our best foot forward and we do what we do, we can beat anybody. And so I think that the positivity is more just coming from what have we done well in the past to bring us success and how can we continue to do those things. I don't think it's something where there should create a panic or anything like that because we're still competing and we're competing hard. It's just we're not making some plays down the stretch and we were doing that early in the season, and so if we can get back to where we were making big plays late in the stretch or late in the game, I think that we're going to continue to be successful. But I definitely don't think it's something to get negative about because there is so much basketball left to play that if you begin to get negative, that leaks into the next game and the next and the next, and then you're looking at a worse situation. And so I think that our team has done a phenomenal job of just building one another up and just continuing to pour into each other.
Late in the game against Oklahoma, we got to see a lot of Ace Austin on the floor for the Crimson Tide. It reminds me a bit of you as a freshman, stepping up in some key moments as a freshman as well. Just, are you enjoying seeing her go from a player that's, all right, just getting on the floor for the first time in college basketball to now being a key contributor in SEC play?
For sure, because Ace is just, I mean, I've said this before, Ace is just Ace. Like, Ace is just a hard worker. She's kind of, she does a great job of like leading whoever she needs to lead, but she has more of just a quiet personality. She just kind of goes in, she does her job, and that's it. And so when I see somebody like Ace being successful, that just makes my heart happy because I see the work that she puts in practice and off the floor and things like that to be successful and put her in a position to do what she's doing for everybody to see. I think that she helps us out tremendously when she's playing with confidence and she's playing the way that she knows to play because, I mean, Ace is a great player and Ace has a really good brain for the game. And so when we add that to our floor, there is zero drop off because she is just continuing to bring the energy. She's continuing to bring skill, but also just a really like nag for the game. Like she just understands it really well.
2 home games left at Coleman Coliseum. Tonight against South Carolina and just over a week against Texas. Is it even more meaningful seeing how the students have embraced you all? The crowds keep getting bigger and bigger for these games.
Yeah, it's been incredible just to see, because I'm not just seeing growth from the beginning of this year to the end. I'm seeing growth from the beginning of my freshman year to now. And so just to see how the community and our student body continues to pour into us and come to our games and show up, it's just huge for us because I say this all the time, but we're going through 20-hour weeks just the same as everybody else. And we're being here all summer and pouring in the work and doing these things, and we're trying to put out a good product. Well, when we have the intensity and the energy from the crowd, that only excites us more. And that makes what we do just so much more enjoyable. So we've just been super thankful for everybody that's came out and watched us this year because it truly has been incredible.
Obviously, you do a great job in here with us in kind of a podcast setting. Earlier this week on the SEC Network, they had the SEC Inside Show, getting to see you mic'd up on camera and wearing scrubs, talking about your experience in the nursing school, which we talked about in here before. But was that a fun experience getting to kind of show everybody what you get to do, all the hours you put in towards your nursing degree in addition to playing basketball?
Yeah, it was really cool. I'm not one, I feel like, just being one-on-one with the camera, I'm like, I don't know, but I don't mind to talk to anybody. But so I guess that was a little bit nerve-wracking. But then once we got to going around the building and I was just talking about what they were seeing and how it impacted me and everything else, like it just kind of flowed naturally. It was just really cool and I felt very honored that they wanted to do something like that for me. But just, I'm so thankful for Anna and the opportunity that she gave me through that. But it was just really neat because I think that a lot of times I can say like what I'm doing, but to put a visual with it too, that was pretty special.
It was good. And for those that haven't seen it, you were kind of checking on a mock patient that was getting ready to have a baby. Everything go okay?
Yeah, everything was great. Everything was great.
Well, that's certainly cool. Again, it's a busy time for you. Busy time as well for the Weathers family. First of all, tell us how Allie's doing at Freed Hardeman.
Allie is doing great. So tonight she plays her last regular season game. And I think that I'm not exactly sure where they are in conference, but I know it's either like top 2 or top 3. And so they've had a phenomenal year. It's just been a joy to watch Allie just continue to progress. She I tell her all the time, you look more like yourself. Like, you look like you're flowing more like yourself. And so just to see how her coaches and her teammates have just embraced her and allowed her to just kind of flourish into what she's being now, I'm super thankful for them. I'd said it in the last one, like, Allie's my best friend. And so when I see her be successful, that's awesome. But just to see them as a team be successful is even better.
And then a Yankee spring training. It's Ryan Weathers
Yep.
getting ready to go. I even gave you a shout out when he spoke to the media earlier this week, talking about all the Alabama games he's watching. And then his spring training games are just about to start as well.
Yeah, it's about to be a busy time for my parents, let me tell you, because they were telling me, they're like, okay, well, mom's here tonight, so she's going to watch South Carolina. Dad's with Allie tonight. Well, then on Saturday night, they're flying to Tampa. Then they're going to drive to Gainesville on Sunday to stay and watch Ryan pitch, to then drive back to Tampa to stay and watch Ryan pitch on Wednesday. And so, yeah, I mean, I was stunned when that came across my phone. And then I called my parents, and they were on the phone with 1,000,001 different people. But just to, again, my siblings are some of the greatest joys in my life. With what my dad did in his career, a lot of times it was just us five hanging around. And so it's pretty cool to see all the hours that they've put into their sport. And for my brother, like, I'm a little sister for him. And so just to see my older brother do what he's doing and be successful, but also get to go to a place where there's so much tradition and there's so much history, and also a place where my dad was. Like, just to see all of those things happen for him, the Lord has just blessed us tremendously, and he continues to bless us. And I just pray that this year's a big year for my brother.
Do you have the dates planned to go to New York into Yankee Stadium coming up?
Not yet,
Okay.
But I told him, I said, I'm thrilled that I know that I don't have to pay for a place to stay in New York. So I'm excited about that.
Well, that's certainly good. Well, Carly, it's an exciting time for Alabama women's basketball and your family, of course, but we appreciate you making time for us here on the Crimson Tide Sports Network for Crimson Drive. Just thank you again. All the best. Roll Tide.
No, thank you. Roll Tide.